Good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 30th.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? I don't know. You're not there. I give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right and what is wrong? Give me a sign. What is love?
On behalf of WCVH, this is CV Today.
Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, November 29th.
Now over to Jamie with some more announcements.
Thank you. The quote of the day today is, "Wherever you go, go with all your heart," by Confucius. Lunch for today is 4-meat pizza and a hot combo of rib sandwich. And lunch for tomorrow are chicken tenders and no hot combo. Now, over to your weather report.
Change is imminent for some gun owners.
This is the bump stock, which takes 4 to 6 minutes to put on, and this is the way it works.
Sources telling CNN the Trump White House is getting ready to officially ban bump stocks.
So we're knocking out bump stocks. I've told the NRA, I've told it, bump stocks are gone.
President Trump first announced this plan shortly after last year's shooting in Las Vegas that claimed dozens of lives. But despite bipartisan backing, it's been a long process.
In order to terminate bump stocks, we have to go through a procedure. We are now at the final stages of that procedure.
Bump stocks allow semi-automatic weapons to fire rounds much quicker than usual. The Obama administration concluded bump stocks were a weapon accessory and clear from federal regulation. Not everyone will be in favor of this ban.
If you're a law-abiding citizen in America and have a clean record, you should be able to own anything you want.
A source tells CNN the new rule calls for giving bump stock owners 90 days to either destroy or turn in their devices.
What should be banned is bad people. We, the people, have the right to protect ourselves and our family, even into the shedding of blood.
I'm Sophia Steed, reporting. The TSA meeting was moved to next Wednesday, December 5th, in Mr. Thomas's room at 3 p.m. See you there. The CV High School Boys Rec League deadline for registration is Friday, November 30th. Registration must be completed online at cvuyouthbasketball.com. We will be evaluating players and selecting teams on Saturday, December 1st at Fritz Elementary School. 11th and 12th graders will play from 11 a.m. to 11:45 at Fritz and then be drafted. 9th and 10th graders will play from 10:30 to 1:15 p.m. Players who are unable to attend will still be drafted only if they have completed the registration. The league's first game will be on Saturday, December 8th, and the league will conclude with the championship game on March 1st. Now over to Word of the Day.
Your word of the day today is morose. It is an adjective meaning gloomy.
Is the weather supposed to be gloomy today? To be continued.
Okay, is it gonna be gloomy today?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little morose.
And that was your word of the day.
SATs are on Saturday, December 1st. If you are registered to take them, please be here at CVHS by 7:30 a.m. Remember your photo ID and SAT admissions ticket. Leave your phone at home or in a safe place in your car, and bring your own calculator, pencils, and erasers. Seniors, the G.E. Reagan Foundation Scholarship has been added to the scholarships in the guidance office. Honoring the legacy and character of our nation's 40th president, the G.E. Reagan Foundation Scholarship Program awards college-bound students who demonstrate exemplary leadership drive, integrity, and citizenship with financial assistance to pursue a higher education. The deadline to apply is January 4th. Now over to Poetry Corner.
welcome back to another edition of the Poetry Corner. Today I'm really excited because we have another sponsor. This is amazing, isn't it? Here we are, not a real big school, but somehow advertisers are wanting to get their product made known through this school and through this program. So I hope that some of you looked into that photo encabulator from last time, but today our sponsor is the CIA. Now, not the CIA that maybe you're thinking of. This is the Cake Lovers Institute of America. And it's an organization that was founded by some wheat growers in South Dakota, and it's maintained by them even through today. But I'll tell you more about that later on. Right at the moment, we want to get into our poetry reading. And I will tell you, this is a different kind of a reading from the ones which we've done before. One of the teachers had suggested that I read a poem by a man by the name of Langston Hughes. And so I've looked through a book of his poems, and I have one, and you may have, in one of your English classes, may have read something by him before. So this is completely different. This is a poem which shows emotion. Some years ago, there was a migration of people in the South, particularly mostly black or African Americans, who left the South, left their families, some of their families left their friends, to go up north to the Promised Land. Because there was a promise of jobs in Chicago, northwestern Indiana, Michigan. Many of them were with auto companies in Detroit who were hiring. And so people would leave their homes and go north to seek these jobs. And this is a poem by a man who expresses the emotion of that travel. It's a very serious poem. He shows the emotion, I think, very clearly through it. And there's only one little break in it, right in the very last sentence, but it's not much of a break from the stress, from the angst that he feels as he makes this migration. Langston Hughes, Bound North Blues. Going down the road, Lord. Going down the road. Down the road, Lord. Way, way down the road. Got to find somebody to help me carry this load. Roads in front of me. Nothing to do but walk. Roads in front of me. Walk. And walk. And walk. I'd like to meet a good friend to come along and talk. Hates to be lonely. Lord, I hates to be sad. Says I hates to be lonely. Hates to be lonely and sad. But every friend you find seems like they try to do you bad. Road. 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 Oh. Road. Road. Road, road, road. Road, 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 oh. On the northern road. These Mississippi towns ain't fit for a hopping toad. I think as you read that poem or as you listen to it, you can feel the emotion of a man leaving familiar surroundings, heading north. But now, the American Cake, or the Cake Lovers Institute of America, wants me to tell you something about cake. What they want to do is they want to increase your desire for homemade cakes. Actually, what they're looking to do is they're going to sell more wheat. And if they can increase your earnestness for having cake regularly in your home, homemade cake, then they'll be happy. And so they've come to us asking if we can start a campaign here. And most homemade cakes are layer cakes. So I show you this picture of a layer cake. This should be very familiar to you, okay? But there's a problem with the layer cake, and that's that in a survey, in fact, a survey of 7,137 people in the states of Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire, it was found that 91.3% of the people serving cake served it incorrectly. And so, the Cake Lovers Institute of America wants you to know the proper way of serving cake in order that your enjoyment of it can be increased. Let me show you. This is the way most cake is served. Go to any home, any restaurant, and you'll find that people serve the cake this way. Now you look at it, it looks normal, doesn't it? But let me use I brought my pointer today. Let me show you. You notice the icing is on the right side. Most people in the U.S. are right-handed. And so what we do is we use our right hand, and we start on the right side and work our way to the left. Correct? Yes, that's what you do. But there's a saying that we like to save the best for last. And almost everybody agrees that icing is the sweetest, icing is the best, or frosting if you care to call it that. And yet we're eating it first, we're not saving it to last, because this is the way the cake has been served. How should the cake be served? I'm glad you wondered about that, because I'm going to show you. This is the way a slice of cake should be served. You notice now, the icing is on the left. And yet, in over 91% of all cases, this is not the way it's served. Now you start from the right and you work your way over, and the icing is on the left. So, cake lovers everywhere, please instruct those who serve you cake that this is the way it should be served. And I will tell you this, that you can increase your enjoyment of the cake if you think about it as you eat it. Now, the problem comes that most times we're too embarrassed to tell the server that it's served incorrectly. We don't want to tell them to turn it around or change it or flip it upside down or whatever. We don't want to do that. So what do? I have a solution for you. What you do, if they serve the cake the wrong way, they serve it like this, what you want to do is you want to pick up the fork, not in your right hand, as most of us are right-handed. You want to pick it up in your left hand. And you want to start from the left side and eat to the right. And what you'll find now, you'll have to think about what you're doing. You will find that you will enjoy that cake much more. You'll enjoy it so much more that you'll be asking for cakes to be made more often. And our mothers and their wives will be buying more cake flour, and we will be making the wheat growers of South Dakota happy. Thank you, and we'll see you again next time on the Poetry Corner.
Attention ceramic and sculpture students from marking period 1. All your clay work has been fired, so please stop by to pick up your work. Seniors, every year the Optimist International sponsors an essay contest. This year's topic is When All the World's Problems Are Solved, Is Optimism Still Necessary? The winner on the local level will receive $500. The winning essay will then be sent to the district to be considered for a $2,500 scholarship. The applications are located in the guidance office. The deadline to enter the contest is December 17th. Now over to CV Sports.
Life's like a road that you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to lay down the garden gate. There's not much time.
There are no sports for today.
Go do your homework.
Now over to sports highlights. Oh.
Second down, goal, Chubb, that is it. Chubb, let's see if he got through. Yep, he got in. Lead block, Batonio. 1 yard touch.
That they're getting in these open formations and allow Baker Mayfield to sit back there and spin it.
Here he goes to the end zone, caught for the touchdown! Antonio Callaway, 13 yards. Mayfield. Njoku tries to leap, and he does right into the grass, but Bates, they push him in! Touchdown! 3rd down 3. Chubb it inside. And he's going to go to Chubb. And did he go? Yes, he did! Yes, he did! Chubb!
This is certainly 4-down territory for the Bengals.
3rd and goal at the 2. Mixon out of the backfield. That's caught for a touchdown. John Ross. 2-yard strike thrown by Dalton.
Bad news for Dalton and the Bengals.
2nd down, goal at the 6. Chubb out of the backfield, but Mayfield has other designs to the back of the end zone. Caught with a touchdown! Darren Phil!
And be honest with the players.
9th play of the drive, 1st and 10. Driscoll all down the seam. Touchdown! Boyd! What a throw!
Really tight windows.
1st and goal at the 2. Driscoll being pushed. Across, did he hit the ground? Was he rolling on bodies? That is a touchdown! 2-yard touchdown.
And that's all the announcements we have for you today.
On behalf of WCVH, I'm Sophia.
Alongside Tegan.
And this is CV Today.
Have a Thanksgiving who? Thursday?
Merry Chrysler.
Santa, tell me